Good morning. This is attorney Michael Beer, 516-569-4107, or beerlawoffice@gmail.com. So, today is the 20th of May. It's approximately 10 a.m. here in New York, and I'm going to give you a status update on things going on in New York, and specifically with regards to traffic courts and other courts. So, effective yesterday, certain courts in certain upstate counties where the governor has lifted the restrictions have started to slowly reopen with some services. Many of those courts were providing telephone services before, so really what they're offering now is not much more. Maybe the doors will be open now, and some of the courts that were not operating will possibly reopen completely now. But anything down here in downstate, so I would say south of Albany, is still under the pause, and so nothing is really open in terms of traffic court. The Traffic Violations Bureau in the 5 boroughs, the courts in Suffolk and Nassau, Westchester, and up all the way to Albany are still closed. However, as I mentioned last week, the Department of Motor Vehicles has opened up a process where attorneys can request assistance in getting dates on things that have missed dates or not unanswered cases, to try to get things back in order so that when they reopen there's less of a backlog to deal with. So I've been helping people to get dates on their missed dates, their unanswered or late answered tickets, and as long as you're not yet suspended, and if you got your ticket or your suspension notice after March 17th, you shouldn't be suspended yet, as they've stopped suspending effective March 17th for unanswered tickets. So as long as you fit within that category, you should be able to reach out to me at 516-569-4107 or beerlawoffice@gmail.com, and I can get you a date on your case. If you're already suspended, I can still get you a date on your case, but if you have to pay suspension termination fees because you were suspended before March 17th on an unanswered or late answered ticket, then we can't process that suspension termination fee for you. It's possible that if the phone unit in Albany is open accepting calls, they might be able to process that payment by credit card, but you couldn't pay that suspension termination fee for an unanswered ticket online. You would only be able to plead guilty to that ticket if you really have to lift that suspension, and that's something that some people find intolerable. In terms of traffic courts on Long Island, similarly, there's no activity right now. There might be some back office activity going on where we can communicate with the court and lift suspensions. In some of the courts that were typically only appearance in person, some of the courts, again, only with the intervention of attorneys because they don't want to deal with pro se litigants without in-court appearances. But in some of the courts we've been able to successfully negotiate plea-by-mail deals for these clients to get their tickets reduced with some amount of success, with pretty decent reductions, either to 0 points or significantly lower points in some courts here on Long Island. With regards to license renewals or registration renewals, because of the pause, as long as you're not suspended and your licenses or registration is expired, you can possibly renew it by mail, as I did with my registration that's due May 1st. But if you can't do it for some reason, it's just generally expired with no other problems, they're not enforcing expired registration or license right now because you can't possibly go in and renew it if you can't get there. So there's a pause on registration and then license renewals that can't be done by mail. But if you can do it by mail, then by all means do it by mail. With regards to when they will reopen, again, there's been no specific guidance. The Department of Motor Vehicles Traffic Violations Bureau was adjourning cases week by week. They've adjourned, I would say, 99.9% of their cases through the end of May. There have been no decision made what will happen in early June, although from the governor's order that we're hearing, things could be opening as late, not before June 7th or even June 13th. So we have no guidance for you on that yet. Concerning when they do open, what processes they will have, we have no idea. I've seen pictures of some of the traffic courts where they've now put in plastic barriers in front of the clerical windows. so that the clerks and the motorists are protected from each other with regards to airborne particles, similar to a old style bank, not the new thick glass that you see in a bank, but sort of like just like a thin layer of plastic separating the two people. Again, some activity has been going on in the building to try to prepare it for the return to opening. But even when they do open, I presume there will be significant limitations on the volume of people allowed into the building, significant limitations on the amount of people allowed in hearing rooms at one given time. So these are all a new world that we're dealing with, and nothing that we can really discuss right now because they haven't told us, or they don't even know specifically how they're going to handle it. It's all subject to the orders of the state and the limitations of the various counties that allow or don't allow certain things to happen. So if you've got a problem, you need help with something, we are answering the phone or answering the emails. That's 516-569-4107 or beerlawoffice@gmail.com. For all of your traffic court needs, I'm here for you. For our existing clients, thank you for your support and your confidence. And for anybody who's got a ticket out there, we're here for you. We're waiting for you. We look forward to hearing from you. And have a great day. Thank you.